Another day, another Disney World vlog. It is day 3 and we're headed to Hollywood Studios today. We actually did do a bit of park hopping, but I always love when we drive into the park and you see the Disney World sign. It's so magical. We ended up wearing our matching sweaters today, so you know we had to get a quick little outfit photo. We tried to do that weird touching feet thing that kind of ended up working and looking cute, but it was actually pretty mild out today, like pretty chilly, so sweaters were due. Also, someone tell me how I managed to wear my ears backwards for the first hour of our day. How did Alan not notice? I really would love to know, but I did end up finally fixing them. We got there right for park open and it was pretty quiet. A lot of the characters were walking around, which I always love to see. We headed straight over to Toy Story Land. Of course, the lines always for these rides get so long. We started with Toy Story Mania, one of our favorites. We do get very competitive on this ride and I, of course, won. You can see the scores below. I was player 2. Then we tried on some ears. We were going to go on Slinky, but the lineup was so ridiculously long. Like, I don't think it went under 75 minutes the entire day, which to me just wasn't quite worth it. So we headed over to Star Wars because the lineups over there weren't too bad. I got the feature cold brew to try and oh my goodness, so worth it. You need to get it before we headed over to Rise of the Resistance to get on that ride. Truly, I think this is one of my favorite rides out of all the Disney parks. It's so immersive, so good. And then we went over to the Millennium Falcon ride before going to grab some lunch. I think that Star Wars has some of the best quick service meals in all of Disney. So if you haven't tried it, definitely head over. I got this falafel dish and Alan got this hot chicken and it was so good. After lunch, we were heading over to Hollywood Tower of Terror. And honestly, I don't know if that was the smartest decision, seeing as we had just eaten, but the wait was like 45 minutes, so maybe we were in the clear. Also, one of my favorite rides at all of Disney. No matter how old you get, it's always a thrill. But after that, we were headed over to Epcot so we could use our fast pass for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride that we ended up getting yesterday because we waited like 115 minutes and it ended up shutting down. So we did get to use that little tappy tap, go straight through. We almost didn't get on it again because it did shut down for like half an hour, but thankfully we got on after that half an hour and it was working. Tonight's golden hour was so pretty, and riding the Skyliner while it was golden hour is honestly a must. And then when we got back to Hollywood Studios, the sky was absolutely stunning. You know, we had to snap a few pics before grabbing some quick dinner, which not pictured, but we did eat at Rosie's. On a sadder note, we did ride Rock and Roller Coaster for the last time as Aerosmith. They're changing it in February for construction for the Muppets before going to grab a hot tea and a little snack. It was actually pretty cold this evening, so we grabbed a cookie and then headed over to go wait for the Fantasmic show. Humans just being humans, of course, someone started the wave before the show finally started, and I do think that this is my favorite evening production. It's just so magical and so well produced, but that was the end of our Hollywood Studios day. We'll see you tomorrow for our last day in Disney.